Hi, my name is Patricia, and my channel is 3R's Crafting, and we are back with the next installment of this huge journal. This is the second signatures. This is 2A, this is 2B. I'm just going to do a quick flip through, and so let's get started. But first I should say this video is not intended for anyone ages 16 years and younger, so if you're in that age group, please exit out of the video. Also, this is just a whimsical theme. It's not meant to represent witchcraft in any way, shape, or form. And number 3, I also am not making fun of anyone who practices, like, for example, Wiccan. It's not meant to do this. This is just my original intention was to create maybe a really small 2-signature journal with this whimsical witches theme for Halloween. But as I kept going and doing more research, it kind of grew to over 500 pages. So anyway, let's just get started. And also I wanted to tell you too, because it comes with an ephemera folder and holder, you have a whole lot of these that will add into the journal. And one thing that you can do with them, that you don't have to put them on the end of a tag, you can also put them like at a top of the page, and that will give you, like if it's a page you want to mark, then you can have, that didn't even come through, did it? But if it's a page you'd like to, where'd it go? To mark, then you can just maybe put it here, and then you can put more like here. And this is, people call them the whale tail punch, but that's just the name of the punch itself, because it looks like a whale. But these are really called curved punches. But anyway, let's get going. But all of those come with the kit, and some mini ones if you want to make some mini tags. I think they're so cute. So here we go. This is the cover. It's called We Are the Daughters of the Witches You Cannot Burn. And it was in a kit that I purchased, but the reason I did it was I had done research about the 1692 witches trials in Salem, Massachusetts. I worked in the law for 30 years, and what happened there was appalling. And it started because this one little girl had a crush on her teacher, and she approached him romantically, and he, of course, rebuffed her and explained that there was never going to be that. And so she began making false allegations and flopping around like an alligator on the floor and doing all this stuff. And women lost their lives between March and April of 1692. They were burned at the stake. And these were not witches. And someone from Pennsylvania, I'm thinking it's William Penn, but I could be wrong, but he wrote to the governor of Massachusetts while this was going on. And the governor wrote back that he can't stop it now because what would people think of him? Seriously, a politician way back then. These women were burned at the stake, and he was worried about his reputation. So anyway, we will go forward, but that's why I made this section. And for me, it's like the ladies met for the autumnal solstice, and they all had their pictures taken and put into a journal. And so let's get started. So this one won't be so long, but this is some more of those really fun little flippy things. You can journal on the back, on the inside, and the outside. These are fun. Try these. Again, I saw it on Pinterest. I wish it was my idea. I'm not that clever. Here we go. And this is on tea-dyed paper, and so if it got caught, I just left it that way because it looks kind of vintage. This supposedly in the kit that I bought is these girls, and it's a group of them, working on the winter solstice. Aren't they cute? I'm just going to try to, you can also speed this up if you would like. I love this image. Isn't it pretty? See, there they are. I also love this border paper, and I didn't realize I had the kit to do that until it was almost done. But I will print some of these out and put it in the extra paper folder. And she says, I put a spell on you because you're mine. I wouldn't want to mess with her man. Ooh. Isn't she fun? It reminds me of the Van Morrison song, Dancing in the Moonlight. To be that free and that happy. Raven hair and ruby lips spark fly from her fingertips. Thank you, the eagles. And so I put some glitter on her lips to make them, and some red peonies. I love her too. She's called a crystal witch because she's gazing into her crystal ball. I went to a glass shop one time and I gazed into their crystal balls, and the only thing I saw was this old lady looking at me, so I closed that out really quick. She reminds me of the cover girls for in the 1990s for cover girl makeup. That's exactly what they had then. It was really nostalgic to see that. And this is she. I love her. And quite frankly, I think she makes another appearance somewhere else, to be honest, because I just love the image. Here's some more. Writing pages. And some more fall themes. Another one of these, and I actually put this charm on there. It was in with that pack of charms I bought for the journal. And can you see that it is triangular? Maybe if I move my fingers. There it is. And because she's holding a triangular looking crystal, you can journal down here on the back and on the inside and on the back page. Again, give these a try. They are so much fun to make. And she will appear a couple more times in the journal. And writing papers. There she is dancing in the moonlight. And more scenes from the winter solstice. These were such unusual pages, and I love them, and so that's why I put it as the center page. I love, love, love this image. It stated that Nostradamus, when he would look into the future, he had a bowl that he gazed into. He called it his mirror bowl or something like that. And so maybe she's doing the same thing. And I hope she sees a future for mankind full of peace and no war. She's the third witch in this, and this is she's the second witch. There were three. There was the orangey girl, and this one, and her. This is an account of the trials. This was an actual document, and it was written by the president of Harvard College, they called it at that time, and right, and it was requested of the ministers of New England for this person, the president of Harvard at that time in 1692, to write a paper on exactly his opinion of what happened. And these pages are the actual warrants for the arrest of these women that took them to their deaths. And I printed it on tea-dyed paper, and I also beveled the edges to make it look vintage, but this document in its original form still exists from 1692. And that document was served upon her. She was grabbed from her home. She was an elderly woman who was very God-fearing, they said, and she was burned at the stake for being a witch. And so that's what all of these are. There's one in here that's actually from Spain. Witch trials and burning witches at the stake was a practice that was going on back in England and also other parts of Europe. It's madness. And after working 30 years in the law, I don't know how it continued. But be that as may, I hope we've grown from those times. This kit's called Foggy Forest. I loved it, and I thought that it just went so well. So that's in there a couple times. I love this little shed, and that's why I include that in here. I think that would be such a really wonderful place to go and just kind of get your thoughts together out in the woods. I wouldn't mind having a little place like that too as a craft shack. More writing paper. More girls in the moonlight. I wouldn't want to mess with her either. She looks like she doesn't come to play. Ooh. This girl, and it's an illustration, but she looks stoned. My son came in, he was looking at it, he's like, hey, that girl's lit up. I'm like, what do you know about people being lit up? But anyway, that's what she looks like. She looks like she's young, and they gave her something to either eat or drink she should not. It's another pretty witch. These were called the celestial witches. And these were called the bizarre ones, I think, was the file. And again, this lovely border paper. And more moonlight witches. Echoed voices in the night. She's a restless spirit on an endless flight. She's beautiful. And there are the girls out in the forest. And what is pretty paper? I love that too. And these are the Victorian papers. I love these. I think they're so pretty. This page is going to repeat very soon, and because I didn't mean for this journal to grow the way it did, and once I realized it, I liked it too much to take it out, so it's going to repeat. There are a couple pages that repeat, and sorry about that. And that is the end of signature 2A. And now we come to signature 2B. And this folds out like the other one, little journal topper. And you can write on the inside. When I tried to put paper in there, it just was too bulky. But if you would like to give that a try, you certainly are welcome to. And again, just kind of lift that up a little bit. There we go. And this says to be a witch, and it starts out, to be a witch is to love and be loved, is to harm none, is to know the ways of the old, and to see beyond the barriers. And I thought that was really nice to include in that, and I think this picture is gorgeous. She also sparkles, but you can't tell on the paper. And this is some vintage lace. Oh, this cat, what a face. We have a black cat, so maybe just more of this green foresty stuff. And this is another article. They used the F for the S letter, like S in Sam. And so it's called A True Narrative of Some Remarkable Passages Relating to the Sundry Persons Afflicted by the Witchcraft at Salem Village in New England, from the 19th of March to the 5th of April. In that short span of time, I think they killed 5 women at the stake. So then, after researching that a little bit, I thought it would be appropriate to print these out in black and white to show the old, maybe, because it's a dark, dark part of our history. Doesn't she look like Avril Lavigne? Seriously, I think it might be the makeup in her small face, her blonde hair, but I think that looks just like Avril Lavigne. And she was cute, so some more pretty pages to write on. And if you want to, you can make a pocket there, make some tags and stick it in here. This is your journal, and you can do whatever you like. I thought that was so pretty too. And children see magic because they look for it. And if that's not true, I don't know what is. There is absolute magic in the laughter of children, I think. This is actually a crystal witch. See, she's got a crystal ball. And all the pages are really sparkly. I don't know if that comes out on the video or not. And again, I would not want to mess with her, ma'am. She held me spellbound in the night, dancing shadows, firelight. Here's some more of these little mini. Aren't they cute? I love that. This is a steampunk witch, and I don't know anything about steampunk, but it was kind of cool looking, and I thought, well, gosh, this is a modern witch's gazing ball or crystal ball, maybe. I don't know. And again, sparkly paper. And she's cute with her hair all crazy. This was me when I was in high school and they made us take our picture. Didn't want to be there, didn't smile, but just take the picture and let me go. And these are little, you can certainly take these out and replace them with whatever you want, but I love these little tags and I thought they were so cute, so that's why I put them there. But also this is actually a little booklet. And I wrote the question, have you ever been falsely accused of something? And if so, how did it make you feel? And maybe you can write about that. I was just really moved by the research that I did for that terrible, terrible time in Salem. And I thought she was magnificent looking, so she had to come in the journal. And there she is, one of the older ladies who had knowledge. And these were the women who would pass down their knowledge to the younger ones, and so that's why I made it the center of the page. And this is where that page repeated really close, so I'd put it in a little tuck spot. But in here is an envelope, and it is full of ephemera. In fact, I might put some of these in there now as well. We'll put some of the baby ones in there. There we go. I didn't realize it until yesterday. That's a hand. It's a mummified hand, and the only reason I even know about that, I saw it on Prime. There's some kind of new series on Prime Video where these girls find a mummified hand, and they began to do witchcraft. So I don't know if that's a thing, but it was kind of spooky. Believe me, there's no cat in the world that would sit on top of that pole. And I love her. She's so simple. She's a forest witch, they called it in the kit. And the leaves. She's called a flower witch. One of the steampunk. I don't quite understand it, but it's really, really cool looking. And so that's why that's in there. Maybe there's more than one way to do magic. Huh? I love her too. Gazing at the future, perhaps. This says she's lost under the spell of the moon again and doesn't want to be found. I actually have a couple pages of quotes and things like that, which I didn't cut out and paste, but I'm going to include that in with the ephemera holder. And you could put them on if you like. More sparkly pages. I love this effect. And this was a paper that did not do well when it was tie-dyed in the oven. But I put it in there because, again, I wanted it to feel like this was a vintagey book. This image is going to repeat in the next journal. And I didn't want to take it out because it's just such a cool thing. And I didn't realize I had made it a repeat until after I'd put it together. More sparkly pages. Oh, magic. The cat. It's like, get me out of here and give me chicken. That's what mine's saying anyway. And there we go. And it just says, Witchy Woman, see how high she flies. Witchy Woman. She's got the moon and the stars in her eyes. I thought she was so pretty. So that ends part 2 of signature 2A and 2B. And hope that was quick enough. And I'll see you next time for the final journal. Thank you so much for watching and staying with me. Until we see each other again, be safe, be well. God bless. Bye.